Hello everybody! It has been quite some time since I actually took an opportunity to just sit myself down in front of the camera and talk to you guys about life in general, what's going on with the channel, what's going on with you, what's going on with me. And considering the fact that we are now officially deep into the holiday season, I'm hoping that everybody is celebrating, preparing to celebrate, getting their plans together, looking forward to seeing family and good friends and just enjoying each other's company. And hopefully we will all have a wonderful and safe holiday season and looking forward to 2024. And that's really what I wanted to do today. This is something that I have been thinking about and just narrating to myself and thinking about things, writing things down, where am I going as a content creator in 2024 and beyond? So I felt that my thoughts are here, they're gathered, let's do it today. So I'm not going to say that this is going to be the best news that you're going to receive, but I don't think it's going to be the worst news that you guys receive. So I guess the best way to start off is that when I first turned on a camera in 2011 to start becoming a YouTube content creator, I sort of kind of had a plan in mind. This was never going to be my full-time job. As a matter of fact, the job that I currently am at is a fantastic job. I love what I do, I love who I work for, and I love who I work with. And when it comes to being someone in the working world, that's the best thing that you could ever have. I'm also fortunate to still be doing a lot of my work from home, which makes things a lot easier for me outside of work as well, because just in case you guys didn't know, I am a father now. I have a wonderful one-year-old daughter. She lights up my life every day, and I am just so excited every single day when she wakes up to see how much she has grown, some of the new things she's saying because she's talking right now. It is such a fun time. So, with all that being said, I knew that YouTube was going to be something that didn't last forever. And I thought when I was originally here as the Lawn Gnome with Up From the Underground and all the other segments and really getting the opportunity to bring pop culture wisdom and opinions to you guys, that was going to be what I was, if not just for a little while. And I felt that through all the things that were going on in my life at the time, while I was doing all of that stuff, meeting my wife, getting married, buying a home, there was a lot that was going on, yet I was still managing to go to the theaters and see a lot of movies, listen to a lot of music, watch a lot of television shows, because there was just a lot of time on my hands. And then, of course, what was really sad was when I realized that I was going to give this whole run 10 years. The last year ended up being the first year of the pandemic, which was really a shot in the heart for me, because I really wanted to go out on a bang and not a whimper. And I'm not going to say I went out on a whimper, but it definitely could have been better. That's for sure. But I just didn't have a choice. There was no way for me to go to movies and do all that stuff that I was normally doing. But I took what I had and I made it count. And that was the most important thing. And I knew that when 2021 was rolling around that this was going to be the end, and I was going to say goodbye to what I was doing as a constant uploader of content. And then I wasn't really sure about what was going to happen after that. But even if nothing did happen, 10 years was great. That was a great mark and a great legacy. I even was fortunate enough to see YouTube change in so many different ways. Not necessarily happy with a lot of those changes, but when the 10th year of my creating rolled around and I said it was time to finish it up, I was okay in 2020, and that was where we stopped. And of course, the pandemic ended, and I was getting into a lot of interesting things, revisiting a couple of old interests from my past, like reading comic books, and that was when I realized that I don't necessarily feel that YouTube has to be something that I just let go of entirely. And that was when I came up with the idea of That's Comical, started it on my channel with my friends Andy and Dan, and then it bursted into something grand, and now it's got its own channel. It's still growing, there's a lot of work to do, but there's also been a lot of things happening with everybody in their lives that works with me on That's Comical, and, we can't fight that, The pandemic was over, we were all adjusting to getting back into somewhat of an original normal. We were all having other milestones. I wasn't the only one that had a child. And we learned to live with it, and we learned to grow with it, and now things are seeming to be in a good place all around. But when I'm taking a look at the fact that I now have 2 channels, and I had said to so many people, more than one channel is not necessarily something that's easy, and eventually one of your channels is going to have to be let go. And I thought that at the time that That's Comical was going to be something that not just me was going to handle, but a lot of other people were going to be doing. But just unforeseen circumstances haven't reached that point, but maybe it will. I don't know. But I'm looking at the last 3 years, I think we're at now, and I'm looking at my original channel, and I'm just not really feeling it anymore, guys. I'm happy with what I'm giving to you guys when I can, but when I take a look at the content that I'm giving you guys and a really big decline in subscriptions and viewership, not that I didn't see that coming, I felt that that was going to happen regardless. It's just not something that is a top priority for me. So we're taking a look at 2024 now, and I feel that because I really didn't have much of a direction post my Up From the Underground days of 10 years, I feel that, I think, it might be earlier, it might be later, I don't know, but I feel that at the end of 2025, I think I'm going to officially decommission this channel. I'll still keep the content up there, though, because I'm proud of everything that I've done. The Gnome docs, the 10 for 12s, the Out of the Vaults, etc., etc. But it's not necessarily going to be a full retirement or a full closing up shop, because there's still going to be a few things that are going to remain, but they're going to be very few and far between, because as you probably noticed, since 2021 started, I tried a couple of things, they didn't really work, we had a good run, there were some good live discussions, but all that's pretty much left here in terms of new content is my DCU updates, my Funko Pop updates, and Out of the Vault episodes, and unfortunately, I think there's going to be some cutbacks there. The only one that I think is going to be a constant, God willing, until 2025, is going to be Out of the Vault. Because there's still some new Disney classics coming in the next few years, there's some new Pixar movies coming out in the next couple of years, and there's still some others that I haven't reviewed that are old, especially when it comes to Studio Ghibli films. And now that we've officially gotten another Studio Ghibli film, I have no idea what the future of Disney Canon Classics, Pixar, and Studio Ghibli is going to be, because of the fact that, especially when it comes to Disney, there's so much of a mess to clean up right now. So I'm going to do the bi-monthly Out of the Vault episodes until 2025, and we'll see what happens after that, which I have a feeling what's going to happen is whenever there's a new movie to review, I'll wait for the opportunity to see it. If I can see it in theaters, that would be great, but if I have to wait, I'll wait, and you'll get the review as soon as I am able to give you one. In terms of DCU updates, it's another future that's very clouded, because we have the end of the current DC animated storyline, the Tomorrowverse, ending at the end of 2024. And there's going to be one other film coming out in the animation library. And then I have no idea what's going to happen. And I know that Harley Quinn has been signed on for a season 5, which I think is great, but Young Justice is still up in the air, and nobody knows if that show is going to get a season 5. And also, with James Gunn taking over DC, he's planning to incorporate his live-action films and TV shows and animation all together as one continuous story arc. And at this point, I am not invested in this. I am not. So, for all I know, when the Tomorrowverse is over in DC Animation, that might be the end of DC Animation for me. So I'll have no content to give you guys. I'm sorry about that. So, right now, you will get stuff in 2024, but I don't know about 2025, guys. And then there's the Funko Pop updates. So, I've been saying this a lot, and that is the fact that there's a very good chance that I will probably run out of Pops, because as much as it still is fun to collect them, I'm not collecting large amounts of Pops like I used to back in the heyday of Funko. Like in 2014, 2015, forget it. That was the highest point for Funko. Granted, they are still making some great products, but I'm not picking everything up. I never was that kind of collector. I picked up what I liked, I picked up what had a really good connection with me, and if it came out in pop form or soda form, I got them. And then, of course, there's the whole process of waiting for them to actually show up at my doorstep, because I do pre-order a lot of stuff. I don't necessarily go out and Funko Pop hunt. I just don't do that, because I just don't have the time. So that's another thing. So if I officially run out of Pops, that's it. I've got nothing to give you. And in terms of Funko news, I'm sure you guys know this. I am very far behind. When you take a good look at the Funko Pop community, there are some great Funko Pop content creators here on YouTube. The two that I recently discovered, even though I know that they've been around for such a long time, is the Gasslecast and Skittle Rampage, and also, yes, Dr. Applesauce. These guys have been around for a while, talking Funko for a while, and along with so many others, they are making content on a weekly basis, like 2, possibly 3 videos a week, and they're constantly talking about all the new leaks and all the new lines that are coming out. And yes, while I'm doing that, I'm not giving you guys everything when it comes out. I'm giving you sometimes stuff a month later, maybe 2 months later, but that's just because I'm not scouring the internet, looking for pictures, looking for details. Again, these are people that have made a living out of being content creators. They've got so many subscribers. They're making money off of their videos. I'm not. I never have. I mean, no, that's a lie. I have been, but it's been very small amounts. If I'm lucky, I bring in $100 a year from my YouTube content. And that's still because of the fact that I never really saw my channel get to that level that allows you to step aside from everything else and make YouTube your full-time job. But again, that was never my plan. That was never my intention. I never quit my day job, and I don't plan to. As a matter of fact, I am focusing more on my day job than my YouTube channel in general. So I feel that starting in 2024, guys, I think 2024 may be the last time that you will see Funko Pop news from me. I may just discontinue it in January. I haven't decided yet, but I'm not bringing it to you as fast as everybody else, so I feel that me bringing you guys Funko Pop news is worthless, because you can get so much more from so many other great content creators, and I feel what's going to happen is it's just going to be me giving you guys updates on my collection, maybe a couple of live discussions here and there, but in terms of giving you guys news on new lines, possible leaks and rumors, I can't do that anymore. It's just something I can't do as efficiently as other people, so forgive me on that. I was doing my best, guys, I really was, but that's basically it. So, with all of these cutbacks, if you will, there really is no channel left. So that's why I feel that at the end of 2024 or the end of 2025, I would love to take it to 2025, because then that will have given me a solid 5 years. I like to do things on a round number, but then again, the number 4 is my favorite number, so maybe 4 years might work. I haven't decided that yet, but that's where I feel I'm just going to take the Lawn Gnome channel and just step aside and just let it be there for what it is. I feel that you'll still get videos here and there. Like I said, I don't think Out of the Vault is ever going to truly die. I also still have some unfinished review projects like the Harry Potter redo series. I still have to wait for the last 2 illustrated editions of books 6 and 7, and I want to finish that series so badly because that has been great. I've enjoyed putting that together for you. And I feel that if the James Bond franchise ever comes back, I would love to go back into a Bondiful year and give you guys more reviews, just because, you know me, I'm a completionist, and any new Disney canon classic or Pixar or Studio Ghibli film, when they drop, I'll talk about them, I'll review them, but I just don't think you're going to see consistency on this channel by the latest at the end of 2025, because it's just going to be virtually impossible for me to do that. And I'm sorry. I had a great run. I really did. But I'm also taking a look at myself and my life. I never intended to be a content creator pushing 50. I mean, it's hard to believe that I am 42 years old and started making YouTube content at age 29. And like so many other things that have happened in my life, very positive things, I just wish I was 10 years younger when a lot of them happened, because things would have been different, things would have been great. Just having that youthful energy, which I'm just noticing is depleting by the years. Like, I'm getting gray. I am finding myself getting sick more times than I would like. I can't get over the fact that I have gone to orthopedists and have had bronchitis for the first time, have been feeling pain in my legs, in my arms, in my torso. Like, this is just me saying, yeah, you're an old man now, buddy. I'm sorry, but life is catching up with you. And having a 1-year-old is so hard some days, because you wish you had that youthful energy to just catch up and be on pace with your child. And my daughter is not a troublemaker. She's not. But there are just some days where she is just firing on all cylinders and just wants to be around me and wants to play. And I'm just like, I can't do this. This is tough. So to balance work and family time with all the things that I used to do as a content creator, it just can't happen, guys. I tried. And fatherhood was my main priority. And that is why I decided after 10 years of doing constant uploading that a change was going to have to be made. I do feel, however, that I am going to probably carry my talents to my other channel, That's Comical, just because it seems that the dream that was there when I first decided to make it its own channel is finally starting to come into fruition, where other people who are part of that channel are going to finally take the steering wheel and drive the car and make their own content for the channel, outside of me just spearheading it. I hope that that's the case. But that's it, guys. This was the reason why I wanted to make this video. The channel, The Lawn Gnome, for what it is, has been a fulfilling thing for me, hopefully something wonderful for each and every one of you. But I feel that December 31st, 2025 is going to be the absolute end date for constant uploading and really me putting a lot of effort into running this channel. But I still want to keep it up, because there is a little goal that may never happen, but if it did, that would be great. Because if my daughter ever stumbled upon my channel or asked about my channel, about what I did before she was born, and she takes a look at this channel and my passions and what I loved doing, if she ever decided that she wanted to carry on the legacy and be the new Lawn Gnome, then by all means, I was always wanting to pass the torch. As a content creator, leaving my 10 years of uploading constantly, I said that I wanted to pass the torch to the new generation, but I was a little upset with what the new generation was. But I'm raising my daughter to be the best that she can be. Someone who is self-aware, someone who is self-sufficient, someone who is proud of who she is from her roots ethnically, religiously, culturally. And if she ever said to me, Daddy, I want to be a YouTube content creator and I want to do what you did, then welcome to the Lawn Gnome 2.0, guys. I would love for that to happen, because I always talk about how fathers and mothers who are especially business owners or who do something for a living, their ultimate dream is for their kids to join them and carry on their legacy. Not every child does that, but I see people in certain businesses, especially people who are self-made men and women, and when their children join them and plan to take up the business and continue it for many, many years to come, that's the dream for any parent. And if my daughter ever wanted to be a YouTube content creator, I would hand the reins of the Lawn Gnome channel to her, and she would be the next Lawn Gnome. I would love for that to happen. But I don't know if it will. But I just want to get those thoughts out there because that's my dream, guys. For now, that is my dream. So I just want to close this out by saying thank you very much for all of you watching whenever you were able to. I'm still going to be around. Of course, if people want me to be on their channels and talk to them and do shows with them, I'm always up for that if there's time. But we'll see where 2024 goes, and hopefully we can get to 2025. But for now, I just wanted to say have a wonderful, safe holiday season, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of the content that I'm going to give you guys in 2023. And until then, I will see you in the next one.